All right, guys. All right, we're going to have a wonderful class today. Let's start by just getting ourselves ready. Let's sit up nice and straight in our seat. Maybe scooch ourselves forward just so that we are not really dependent on the chair to keep our body aligned and our back body straight. Instead, we're more dependent on our own muscles in our back and in our belly to help us sit up straight. Now, if you have to keep your back on the chair, that's okay. But the suggestion is to kind of scooch forward and to practice alignment, to practice sitting up straight. Okay. Think about it as part of your yoga practice. Okay. We want to bring our feet to about hips width apart. You can take your two fists, press them together, hug the inner arches of your knees around your fists, and look down, and you should see a capital H. Good job. And we're going to continue to just adjust the body. Make sure that your feet are parallel. All right. So if you got one foot that way, kind of bring it in. Feel the full sole of the foot on the ground, whether that's in your sneakers or you're in your bare feet, doesn't really matter. But just make sure that the toes to the heel are flat. All right, knees are stacked on top of ankle. We're gonna just start to connect to our lower body, noticing the way our feet feel on the floor. Noticing the way we garner support, both from the floor and from the chair. And maybe we can sit up even a little bit taller. Roll the shoulders back away from our ears. And give the arms permission to relax. And relax the belly. And as you relax the belly, imagine that you're also relaxing your thoughts. So every inhale, you're bringing in this sense of newness, right? So whatever that newness feels like, just focus on that, bringing that in with the breath, feeling the belly rise. And then on the exhale, just release. And you'll notice the belly sinks. And as that happens, imagine all your thoughts that do not serve this practice, just leave out. Leave out the body, leave out with the breath. And continue to do this for the next 10 breath cycles. If you like to take your hands and place them on your belly, to just acknowledge this rise and fall of the belly to the breath, you can. And remember, the intention is to let go more and more of thoughts that do not serve you in this moment, and to bring in space, to bring in what you need for this class with each breath. And maybe to just be present, nothing more, nothing less. Two more breaths. And the last one, bring your arms down by your side. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, and then just gently and really gently just bring them back and drop them down. And do that a couple times to just loosen up the shoulders. And then come forward. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, continue to breathe in and out. We're going to take our chin and bring it down to our chest. Keep the arms drooped down by the side, but keep the belly straight, the chest in line with the belly. Only the chin drops to the chest. You're going to notice the way the nape of your neck feels. That's that back portion of your neck. Notice if it's tense. Notice if it's loose. Just be accommodative to that, okay? Because one of the things you don't want to do is to overstretch the neck or overstretch it in a way because you're trying to get out of the tension and the pain. A lot of times we hold tension in our necks. So we have a tendency to overcompensate. Okay, let me turn on this other light here so we're better lit. All right, looks like everything is getting so dark in here. Keep breathing, and then start to take your ear and bring it over towards your right shoulder. Right ear to the right shoulder. And just let it hang there for a few moments. If you want to bring your hands to your thighs, you can. If you want to keep them drooped down, you'll get a deeper stretch. And start to just breathe in and out in a way where you notice the breath and the way it connects to your neck. You're letting the breath stretch your neck. You're not doing anything else but just allowing gravity and the breath to elongate the neck body. One more breath, and then we're going to come back to center, drop the chin back to the chest. Again, take in our portions of breath, evaluating the way we feel in our neck, noticing now it might feel different on the left side. And we're going to bring our left ear to the left shoulder gently. Again, we're just going to sit here for a few moments and notice the way the breath connects to the neck, allowing it to massage and loosen around any tense boundaries. We're not adding any force. We're just working with gravity and working with the breath. Continue to breathe. Come back, bring the chin to the chest. Bring your hands to the tops of your thighs if they're not there already. Slowly, we're going to take our bellies and start to press it forward and then lift up, drop our head back and look up. Chin goes up towards the ceiling. Just a little bit. And then we're going to tuck in, and we're not doing a full cat-cow yet, okay? We're just doing a little one. So we're going to tuck the chin into the chest, press the belly in just a little bit, navel touches the spine, and we're just going to protrude the back out just a little bit. We don't want to go the full cat-cow. We're just doing these little pulsates. And we're going to reverse, come back up. And as you start to come up, you can maybe feel the ability to stretch just a little bit more. And then reverse back. Navel touches the spine, chin to the chest, and maybe you can start to fall into that dome shape on your back just a little bit more. Okay, let's do this a few more times, and eventually we're going to turn it into a cat-cow. So if you want to start going to that now, you can. Or if you want to take it slow, if you're not ready yet, it doesn't matter. You don't have to. You just want to start the process of taking your back and your spine and just pressing it forward and backwards, chin to the chest, breath with the body. One breath, one movement. Do about 2 more of those. And you should start to feel that part of your body, your head and your neck all loosen up. All right. Make sure your feet are positioned back and hips width apart. We're going to take our arms, lift them up overhead, rise up, roll the shoulders back away from the ears, right? Because the shoulders have a tendency to always want to come up and scrunch the ears. Roll the shoulders away and try to keep that in mind for this practice. All right, interlace the fingers, press the palms up towards the ceiling. Continue to keep those shoulders back away from the ears. Elongate out through the rib cage into the chest and the heart. All right, and then take our hands, and we're going to unwind them this time. I know I normally go to the left and right, but I want to give your arms time to rest for a second. Drop the hands by the sides. Let the blood fall down the arms. And then inhale, breathe in, arms rise again, lifting up, reaching up overhead. We're going to interlace the fingers, press the palms up towards the ceiling. All right, good job. Good job. I see people do not have their shoulders up by their ears. So great. You're reassuring yourself that you got this. Good job. We're going to lean to the left, pivot open on that right, and look up. So if you can take your gaze up, that's better. You want to be looking to the inside of your elbow. Come back up to center. And then we're going to drop the hands back down by the sides. Just let them sit there for a moment. Notice the way you feel on your right side compared to your left. And breathe. Inhale, breathe in, arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead, interlace the fingers once again, palms up towards the ceiling. Continue to elongate the belly into the chest and heart. And then we're going to lean to the right, open up with the left, look up into the left arm. And breathe. And come back to center. Beautiful. And exhale, arms slowly come down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just let them hang for a second. All right, we're going to take our fingers, interlace our fingers, press our hands down, away from our spine, roll the shoulders back, lifting up, bringing the shoulder blades together. If you'd like to lift up the arms a little bit more, you can. If you want to lean forward a little bit, you can do that. Otherwise, just continue to stay where you are. You can even rest your hands on your tailbone if you need to. And then exhale, bring the shoulders forward. Keep the fingers interlaced and just kind of bring the shoulders like they can touch each other and then pull them back again. All right, bring them forward again. Taking the belly, pressing the belly in. Forward they go. Exhale, pull back. Okay. Again, we go tucking the belly in, squeezing the core, bringing those shoulders forward. You can bring them forward as much as you like. So if you want to take away a little bit of the stretch, just keep them a little bit in line where they are when you come down naturally. Otherwise, you can just really get that stretch by bringing them in like they can touch your heart. And then when you reverse back, take those shoulder blades, pinch them together. Imagine that there's a penny in your back and you can actually keep that penny in between your blades. And then relax. And drop those arms down by the side. And let's shake it out. Left to right. Left to right. One more. Good. Beautiful, beautiful. So that should start to loosen up everything. Let's go for some of the lower body to open that up. So hold on to the chair. All right, we're gonna take our legs. We're gonna twist over to the right. Come back to center, use the core. Twist over to the left. Come back to center. Let's do it again. Breathing in and breathing out. I wanna make sure the whole body feels nice and warm. Especially, we're going to do this before we do our first flow. So last part, if you want to hold on to the chair, you can, is lifting up your heels, keeping your toes down on the ground, and then gently lowering them down. Okay, let's do it again. Heels come up. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale, heels come up. Exhale, lower down. And one more time. All right, our whole body now. We should feel our whole body activated. Let's go through our first flow of the class. Arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead, roll the shoulders away from the ears. All right, we're gonna stay in mountain pose for about 2 breaths. Squeeze the core, slowly come down, bringing your belly towards your thighs. And this is the first seated forward fold. So we're just going to stay here for a few seconds. You can drop your chin to your chest, maybe shake your head, yes or no. Allow your arms to just kind of droop over your legs. Belly presses into the thighs, thighs press back into the belly. Relax the shoulders, relax the head. All right, slowly, we're gonna start to come up, but we're gonna press our feet into the floor. Use that for our foundation. Come up half lift, flat back, wrapping the back muscles around the belly back around the back. We're gonna stay here for a second and then bring your arms up in front of you like you're coming out of your seat. Good. Seated chair pose. We're just doing a little pause in between our half lift. Nice strong bellies. Hold it for one more breath and then exhale. Come back down slowly. No dropping. Slowly and controlled. Come back down. Forward fold. Squeeze the core. Come back up. Inhale. Come into mountain pose. Roll those shoulders back away from those ears. Gaze is up. If you want to back bend slightly, you can. And in your mountain pose, imagine the chair just beautiful mountain. So the top and the peak is all the way in your fingertips. So see if you can reach for the clouds. Make it count. And then on the exhale, bring your arms back down by your slopes. Imagine that the sides of your body are your slopes and let them just gently lay down the sides. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Let's take our hands, bring them up in front of us, roll the shoulders back away from the ears. Breathe in and breathe out. Take your right hand, sky flip the right hand. Take your left and come underneath. And we're going to open up the whole body with some hand yoga. So pull back only to where you need to. So some people, it looks like it's just kind of flat, while other people are super flexible. Okay, so you find your place and don't go past a moderate sensation. You don't want to feel any severe pain here. And start to just rotate, starting with the pinky. Go forward and back. The trick is to breathe. If you get fatigued at all, you can just keep the connection and bring your shoulders by your sides and come back. And then completely come back. All right. Wind the hands down. Beautiful. All right. Come back up. Arms come in front of us. Stabilize the body, that nice posture that we set up from the beginning of class. Let's bring that back into the practice. Reestablish it. Take the left hand, sky flip the palm. Take the right hand, come underneath. And then pull back slightly. There we go. And then when you're ready, you can start your rotations, beginning with the pinky. Just like you did on the right side, accommodate as you need to. And then pull back on the whole hand when you're done. And then rotate down. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, we're going to take our left hand and we're going to bring it behind us and we're just going to wrap it around our bicep. Okay. We're going to take our other hand and we're going to bring it right to the other bicep. So left hand comes onto that bicep and then the right side. So we have left to right and just pull down, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. All right, elongate the neck, continue to sit up nice and tall in the seat. Breathe in and breathe out. And then once you feel like you're comfortable, you can let go and see if you can just bring your hands together for Namaskar. Hands pressed, palms behind you. All right, if you can't, you can always just grab the clothing, okay? And see if you can press back. We'll keep those shoulders away from the ears. Continue to keep your body elongated. One more breath. And then let go. Bring your arms out and then forward, back, and forward. And this is going to lead us into our cat-cow pose. So we're going to bring our hands here. And this time we're really going to go through our cat-cow. Okay, So we're going to start off bringing the belly in. So tuck the belly in, really this time exaggerate the back body, chin to the chest. And then slowly come forward, pressing the heart up. This time really exaggerate an open heart. Imagine with your intention that your heart is shining bright to the sun. And then look up. Come back. All right, pulling out of those shoulders, keeping those hands on the thighs, tucking in that navel, chin to the chest. And then we reverse. So think about, in this case, the cow. The cow's body is kind of hunched in, chest lifts up. We look up, gaze up, heart is alive and open. Belly comes inwards like a scared cat. What happens when things get scared? They kind of tuck in. So tuck in just a little bit. And then let's do 2 more of those. All right. All right, come back to center. We're going to go through a flow and then we're going to start to do some spine work. All right. So arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Hands come up into thunderbolt position. Interlace the fingers, all except for the smoking gun, the index finger. All right. You can bring your legs together, toe heel them together. Come up, biceps to the ears, look up, gaze up. And remember that heart I was telling you about? Let it shine bright, going back up to the sun. Look up, gaze up, and breathe. And we're going to lean over to the left. Look up so that you're looking up if you can. You don't have to, but if you can, come back to center. I always think it helps to keep the neck safe. And we're going to lean over to the right. Come back up. This time I want you to take your hands, completely interlace the fingers, and then loosen the right finger. So keep the interlaced fingers. All right, bring your hands down for a second. Bring them down to your heart. All right. So what we're going to do overhead, when our arms are going to get tired, is we're going to first have both hands, the whole hand clasp. But then we're going to loosen those right fingertips. And when we put our hands up and we go overhead, what's going to happen is we're going to pull with our left fingertips. And it's like we're pulling our arm out of our socket. And that's what's going to pull us over. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. All right. So let's take our hands, bring them back up overhead, interlace fingers. All right. Loosen up those right fingertips, but keep the left fingertips gripped in. Sit up tall, just like in your thunderbolt. You can keep your feet together for this, or you can bring them apart. It's your choice. We're going to lift up out of that pelvic bowl, and we're going to allow for those left fingertips to pull the right arm out and away. All right. And come back to center. And when we come back to center, interlace those fingers again, and then let's loosen up the left fingertips. And this time, right hand pulls. All right, we're pulling it up, and away. And we come back to center. All right, and then hands come down by the side. Now, part of the reason that we do that is we're actually decompressing. We're giving ourselves that space in our spine. And when we pull our hands away, it gives us that extra lift, that extra ability to just get that space in there. When we take that breath, it massages that part of the body. So it can feel really good. Okay. That's the reason why we kind of switch it up a little bit to give you that extra inch. All right. Let's take our hands, bring them up overhead, and then bring the hands to heart center. We'll take our bodies and we're going to pivot over to the right. And then come back to center, squeeze the core, pivot to the left, fingertips are right in front of the heart. Come back to center. We're going to lean again over towards the right. That elbow on the left side is now facing the front of the room. And wherever we are, we're going to find a home to rest that elbow. When we bring it down, it's going to be like an airplane. It's going to land on either our right thigh or our left thigh. The goal is to try to cross it over. So left elbow to the right thigh. But if you can't, that's okay. You're welcome to stay same thigh. Just try not to be in this little space here because it kind of can, you see how it's not very stable. So pick a thigh. It's either left or right, or you can cross over. right? Because that's a little bit more stable, just not right in the middle. And then gazes up, if you can, and breathe. Remember, the intention is to let go of any thoughts or anything that doesn't serve you in this moment. So try to let those go while you're bringing in the new focus, the present moment. Squeeze the core, continue to look over towards the right side, and then bring the hands and drop them down to the outside of the right leg. You can take your hands on your right side and place it on the chair, or you can let it dangle. You can also bring your hand to the top. Your choice. Look over the shoulder behind you. And this is a peaceful pose. And you can also change your hands throughout the pose, so you don't have to stay the same way. Breathing in and breathing out, allow for the chest to kind of massage the spine. The chest is going to come in and out with the breath, and that's going to help massage the back of the spine. With every inhale and exhale, you don't have to do anything to earn it. It just happens naturally. Bring your hands to heart center. And then we're going to slowly pivot, coming back to facing the front of the room. We're aligned with our body. We're square, our hips are square. Everything is facing the front. We're going to gently pivot over to the left, come back to center, pivot to the right, come back to center. We're going to pivot to the left. And we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to come down with that elbow. Right elbow is now facing the front of the room, and we're going to pick a leg. All right. If you can get it over the opposite, that's great. But if you can't, make sure you're stable on top of the thigh, whichever thigh you pick. Take the gaze up and look up. Slowly squeeze the core and come up. Continue looking over to the left. Drop the hands to the outside of the left body, the left leg. Take that left hand and find a home for it, or keep it right where it is, dangling. It's your choice. You're going to do your spinal twists the way that you feel, only you feel the most comfortable. And allow for that breath to just massage the back again. This time it's going to be more on the left side. Allow your body to accommodate any changes from your left to your right to your left. Try not to force anything. Your hands back to heart center. Slowly pivot, coming once again back to center, aligning your body. Beautiful. Open up the feet, coming back to hips width apart. Take the hands, lift them up overhead high, and then slowly come down into a forward fold. Stay down in this forward fold. And breathe in and breathe out. Slowly half lift, flat back. Pausing for a moment. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, arms rise, reaching up overhead. Mountain pose. And on the exhale, you can bring your hands down through heart center. All right, bring your hands onto your thighs and open up your legs. Like I said, we're going to do some work on our mid body and opening up that spine and our hips. All right, so hands are on top of the thighs. We're going to lean forward and then pull back. Again, that cat-cow, but this time we're really just super over exaggerating it. All right, 2 more. And then on the last one, I want you to come about halfway, hold the core into like a half lift position. Take your right shoulder, wiggle the right shoulder, and then bring it down so that we can kind of open up the sacrum, the lower back. Try to keep your sits bone on the chair. Adjust the legs as you need to. You're not glued. All right. Let your practice be a little nimble. At the same time, let your rules be rigid. So you want to keep yourself stable at all times, right? So we're rigid with those rules, but we are a little nimble with our bodies. All right, we come back up. All right, sorry, my hair's in my face. And let's come back again, and let's do this about 4 times, this rotation up and back. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, and once we get to that last one, which is the 4th one, we're going to hold it in that half lift kind of position. We're going to wiggle that left shoulder this time, and we're going to come down, dropping the left shoulder right down the middle. Again, keeping our sits bone on the ground or on the chair, but moving our bodies as we need to accommodate that. All right, slowly we come back up. Forward we go, back we go. All right. On this next one, we're going to come forward. This time we're going to take our elbows and we're going to place them on the inside of our knees and our thighs, kind of like right where our thighs and knees meet. We're going to squeeze our knees into the elbows, and our elbows are going to push back out. And we're going to hold ourselves here, squeezing through the core, squeezing our glutes. One more breath, and then take the hands and wrap them around the ankles. Okay, so fingertips are wrapped around the ankles, elbows are on the inside of the legs. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, we're going to take our hands, making sure that they're still secure around the ankles. We're going to keep our head lifted up. All right, so belly is parallel, chin is kind of up a little bit, but we're not, our head isn't down in between our legs. We're going to lean our bodies and just kind of rock over to the right. And then take our left hand and lift it up, keeping the sits bone in the ground. We're looking up now, gaze this up. We're just rooted into the chair. All right, take that left hand, wrap it back around, coming down the inside of the left leg, wrapping the fingertips around the ankle, lean over to the left and reach up. Imagine that this breath can come from your fingertips all the way down your back. All right, bring that hand back down. And this time, I want you, if you want to, you can continue to hold on, but drop your chin to your chest. So you can continue to hold on to your ankles, or if you're close enough and it's in your ability to do so, you can take your hands and just place them on the ground. And shake your head yes and no. It's another good way to get a few inches on your back for decompression, but if you feel like you get dizzy fast, don't do it. You can continue to hold and just stay stabilized like this with your body parallel. All right, take those hands, walk them back to the ankles, and then start to just walk them up your legs. I always say walking your hands up your legs so that you take your time in getting up. You're palm pressing and thumbing all the way up to the thighs. There you go. Take your time, belly, chest, and then head. All right, let's toe heel those feet back to hips width apart. Arms lift up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, reach up overhead. And then exhale, we're going to take our hands. We're going to bring them down to our knee. We're going to bring our toes to the floor, but we're going to lift up on our ankle. All right. So this is a good place to start. Make sure that your left foot is planted on the ground in a way that it's still parallel. So we don't want a foot sitting like that. We want to have it straight with the room in front of us. All right. And then drop the heel back down on the ground. And then this time, if you can lift up, see if you can lift your whole foot off the ground. If not, bring your toe back onto the ground. If you can, just kind of come up. And what we want to do here again is let gravity do the work and let our bodies do the resistance, just like we kind of did before with our interlaced fingers, except this time our knee is being held by, our hands are holding our knee. All right, start to let the belly tuck inward, chin to the chest. Feel the weight of the knee, push the arms away so it opens up the spine when we breathe. All right, we're going to slowly squeeze the core, come up, bring that knee up towards the inner arm. Chest is out, gaze is up, heart is bright. All right, back down we go. And then gently place the foot back down on the ground. And come back up to that seated position. Beautiful, and let's shake it out. And we'll do the other side. All right. Arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands come down, scoop up on the knee. Bring the toe to the ground in a way where it's the tip of the toe, the heel is up. The right foot is parallel. And just stay here for a moment. You feel that in your belly where all the muscles are kind of activated. Keep that in mind. Slowly lower the ankle and the heel back down on the ground. Sit up tall once again. And this time, if you can bring up the knee, interlace those fingers and rock back just a little bit and bring that knee up so that it's hovering. It's in the, the foot so that it's hovering. Your knee, your fingers are interlaced and your knee is resting inside of them. And breathe. And when you're ready, take your belly, tuck it inwards, chin to the chest. The weight is falling from your knee into your fingertips, but your fingertips are not being broken. They're just holding the knee. Inhale, breathe in, lift up, knee towards the inner arm. Heart shines bright. And then gently place the foot down on the ground. Beautiful. Inhale, arms rise, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms come up overhead and hands come down to the chair. All right. We're going to start to do our seated warrior sequence, and then we're going to lead into some lower poses to stretch out the hamstrings. All right. So now that we've already kind of got into this habit of lifting this knee up on the right side and the left, squeeze the core and then bring that leg over to the right. So right leg is now facing the right wall. Left leg is straight and it's square with the room in front of us. So your hip is square, but now you're in an L shape. So one part of your body is facing the right and one part is facing the left. Extend the arms out. If you want to bring them up overhead, you can. Breathing in and out. We're in our warrior pose. And if you like to pivot your body, pivot over to the right. You don't have to be completely straight. Then open up the arms and extend them out. This is like going to be our warrior two. If you like to take your foot on the left side and stretch it to the length as far as you can, you're welcome to do that. It's stretched all the way out to the left side. Foot is still at that 45-degree angle, just as if we were standing. And we can look over the right fingertips. Warrior two. All right, we're going to lean forward, sky flip the hand, bring our left hand onto the chair, take the right hand up and look up. Reverse warrior. All right, bring the hands back into warrior two. We can pivot back into our, however we want to do our mountain pose, okay? So if you want to look over to the right, you can, or if you want to stay square, you can do that. It's up to you. Mountain pose. I mean, sorry, warrior one, but it's like a mountain pose with our arms. And then bring the hands onto the chair. And then you're going to unwind out of it, squeezing the core and bringing the feet back to center. Beautiful. All right, let's go through a flow and then we're going to go on the other side. So arms rise. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. There we go. Beautiful. And then hands are going to come onto the chair. We're going to take our left legs, activate that core, bring the left leg over, facing the left side of the wall, keeping the right leg square in front of the room. So here we are. Breathing in and out. Prepare the body, sit up nice and tall, and then you can elongate the arms out. You want to stay like this, you can with your arms straight, or you can bring the arms up overhead into that warrior position. You're also welcome to face the left side. All right, so you can do it like that. Unwind the arms, come into warrior two. You can extend out to the second more advanced level, which is extending the legs out into your warrior two so that your right leg now is elongated. Your foot is at that 45-degree angle and you're going to be looking over your left fingertips. Then breathe. Take your right hand, grip the chair, seat. Then we're going to lean forward, sky flip the left hand, and then reverse back, reverse warrior. All right, come back into warrior two. All right, bring your foot back into warrior one. Or then twist your body so that you're in the position that you want to be for your warrior one with your arms either overhead or to the sides. All right, we'll come back to center, rewind and bring both feet back to hips width apart and then just shake it out. There we go. Good, 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 good. Arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Strong arms. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Good job. Inhale, arms rise, really reaching up overhead high. Bring those hands down by the sides. Good, beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and for our seated extended leg forward fold. Now that we really started to open up our hips, we're going to take our right foot and we're going to bring it in front of us. I'll bring back my seat just a little bit so you can see my foot. Heel comes down onto the ground. Scoot yourself where you need to scoot yourself on your chair. Soften the knee, okay? So we're not rigid on the knee. What we are is a soft. Soft means there's a little bend, okay? You can keep that little bend there. Eventually you can just relax the ankle when you're ready. And just take both hands and place them on the left leg and breathe. So play around with the foot a few times, up and down, just to stretch out those hamstrings to prepare the body. And if you want to lean forward, you can, but you don't have to. But if you do, and if it's part of your practice, you can lean forward, resting your hands on your thigh. Slowly come back up if you are in that position. Otherwise, bring both feet back together. All right, let's take the left side, bring the left ankle down to the ground. Okay, or the left heel. All right, toes are waving hello. Soften that knee. Breathe in and out. Bring both hands onto the right thigh. You can stay just like this. You can go ahead and just loosen the ankle. Bring the toes up and down. And then if you like, you can start to lean forward a little bit, stretching out that hamstring. All right, slowly we're gonna come back up. All right, bring both feet back together. So each foot is back into hips width apart. And shake it out. And then let's shake out the bottom part too. All right, so wheel those feet back to hips width apart. All right, we're gonna take our right foot, bring it out once again. This time, take your left and cross it over. Heels are on the ground, toes are waving hello until you get into your position. You can keep the knees soft. All right, if you wanna hold on to the chair, you can, but you can start to lean forward, bringing the belly towards the thighs. And if you feel comfortable enough and your chair is stable enough, you can let go, hands just dangle. Pretty much what will happen is the bottom part of your body is going to keep your upper portion of your body in evenly weighted. So you should be all right in letting go. But if you don't feel comfortable, just hold on to the chair. Slowly come up, belly, chest, and then head. Roll those shoulders back. Bring your hands to the chair and come back, squeezing that core. Before we do the other side, let's do a flow. So arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise once again. Hands come onto the chair. Take the left foot, bring it out in front of you. Beautiful. Take the right, cross it on top. Toes wave hello. Continue to sit up nice and tall in the seat and then lean forward just to where you're comfortable. If you want to let go of the chair, you can. Or if you want to continue to hold, you can. Chin to the chest. Eventually your ankles soften. You can just feel the breath start to just penetrate through the spine, down into the sacrum. Imagine that it goes through the thighs, loosening the hamstrings and the legs, and relax. Slowly we come up, belly, chest, and head. Take your time, bring both feet back to hips width apart. And breathe for a moment. Let's do our last flow of the class. So arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise, mountain pose. Hands come down through heart center or by the sides. And I invite you to do whatever pose you'd like to do right now. So whatever pose for the next 30 seconds, just if you feel like I didn't offer something or you feel like there's something you just want to do, go ahead and do it right now. Just breathe as you do it. Feel confident and trust yourself that you're going to make this decision. Decisions are part of our practice. And whatever decision you make, even if it's just to sit still and be still, that's a valid decision. And when you're ready, you can close your eyes. Your legs can be loose, so they don't have to be so stuck to the floor now. Relax the feet, relax the legs, relax the thighs, relax the belly, the back. If you like, you can sky flip the palms as they lay on your thighs or drop them by your side. Just find a place for your hands. Relax your heart and your mind, your arms and your hands. And congratulate yourself on a job well done, because you didn't have to come to class today, but you did. And see if you can just breathe in and continue to reflect on all that newness and goodness with each breath that you're inviting into your life in this moment. That sense of celebration, maybe, or gratitude. And on the exhale, release, continuing to make space for that to grow throughout your day. And for the rest of this class, continue just to remain in Savasana, just as you are. We're going to get ready to close class with the sound of the singing bowl. If you like to continue to meditate, you can do so as long as you like by leaving the session now. Otherwise, we will close class together. Take a few breaths. Continue to breathe intentionally as you hear the bowl. When you're ready, you can start to press your feet into the floor and wiggle your hands and fingers. Open your eyes to reset to the space around you. Maybe smile. Feel free to take all part or none of this class with you. It's your class. It's your day. I thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful day and namaste. Thank you.